How's it going, guys? It's Sauron here, and today we're back with more The Dwarves. In this episode we're going to be continuing our journey to try and find the secret ingredients we need to try and unlock this path here. Because first things, we've already gathered 2 of them I believe, so now I just need to head to the city here to try and gather the 3rd one. Or we can pretty much try our luck and try and go to the orc camp, but to be honest I might just loop around here and attack them anyway, because I want the experience, that's for sure. But let's continue to drag on, so if nothing actually happens between me travelling from now to there, I'm just going to skip past it. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes maybe. So yeah, you can see nothing really happened.
Your feet carry you back to Varensiensis, home of the Grand Archive. On the south wall is a house whose owner, according to Henson, has the Fire Eater bell in his possession.
I go to the collector's house, may as well.
You follow the street to an estate on the south wall, which is surrounded by a fence. The paved path to the door is lined with hydrangea. You knock on the door gently, and after a while it is opened by a chubby man in expensive clothes. The man gives you a fleeting glance.
We don't want to buy anything.
He intends to close the door again without waiting for your answer.
Wait, I've been told you have a rare bell, Fire Eater.
The man pauses.
Fire Eater? How?
Before he can finish what he's saying, a red-haired woman pushes past him. She is also wearing expensive clothes and is heavily made up. After she gives him a stern look, the man disappears into the house. She scrutinizes you with greenish-blue eyes.
How do you know about that, Shorty?
I, heard from someone in the city.
In the city? But the city whose gates are closed to everyone. Of course, I believe that. Go to Tion, groundling, and don't come back.
Before you can reply, the door is slammed in your face. You go back to the rest of the group.
Doesn't look like it went too well. Maybe I should try my luck, Tungdil. I can be very persuasive.
Hopefully you're better than I am.
Redario follows the hydrangea-lined path to the door in elegant strides. He knocks on the door energetically, and a little later the door is opened by a red-headed woman. When she sees Redario, her expression lightens. She opens the door fully and takes a tentative step forward.
What can I do for you? Are you a singer? An actor? Or a lute player?
The name is Rodario Fairmaid. Gifted showman, mime and dramatist. At your service.
Redario elegantly pulls the hat from his head and bows before her.
Does it matter? I didn't really see anything.
Your wonderful hydrangeas really caught my attention. You have exquisite taste.
The woman's greenish-blue eyes sparkle at his charm, and Redario can't deny himself a smile, confident of victory.
Well, it worked out at least.
You are a real charmer, Mr. Redario. I'm sure you flatter all the ladies like this, don't you?
Oh no, by no means, my love. I just can't avoid it when I see beauty such as yours.
Oh, don't play with my feelings, Mr. Redario. You probably haven't even noticed the color of my eyes.
She playfully turns her head away to hide her face.
No, it's greeny blue.
I will never be able to forget your greenish-blue eyes as long as I live.
A smile follows, then a glance from those eyes, which are indeed a greenish-blue.
It would seem to me you have a skilled tongue and a love of details.
Anyone who does not notice your beauty must be walking through life with eyes closed. In terms of my tongue...
Oh, Mr. Redario. How about a private presentation of your skills?
Redario lays an experienced hand around the woman's waist and disappears into the house with her.
At your service, my dear.
After an
He knows
hour,
we're getting the bell,
Redario
right?
comes out of the house with a broad grin on his face and the bell in a bag.
The bell, as ordered. Apart from the esteemed Nomura, no woman has ever resisted my sweet words. Not to mention my hands when...
All right.
You feel your cheeks turning red as you imagine what Rodario has just done.
Seems like our guy's a little bit nervous around that sort of situation. But that being said, we now have the all 3 items. That being said, I'll see you guys when we get back here. Alright, so we need to find a way where we need to find where we need to put these. I know the bell goes up here, that much we know, and we need to burn something here. But I'm not sure where the 3rd item goes. Where the hell did you get that from then?
Fits like a
How
glove.
the hell did you put that in your pocket? Okay, they're burning.
Something's not quite right.
But I'm sure we had all 3 items.
Something's not quite right.
What? You told me we have 3 items.
If I've understood correctly, the ox skull is to be burned on this stack of wood.
Ah, okay.
All right.
So then I light this, yeah? There we go. Hopefully.
Something's not quite right.
What the hell do I do?
Henson, do you have a minute?
Have you found Elga?
No.
To begin the festival, we need the ox skull, the fire eater bell, and the vervain, right?
Exactly. Then we need to set the skull on fire.
Oh, ring the bell,
To begin,
okay.
See you later.
Let me...
No, so I was doing it completely wrong. Alright, this should do it now. There we go, something's going on now.
Loud and powerful music follows the fog and the figures, crushing over your head in roaring waves. The force of the music clouds your senses, and it seems as if the statue of the blind guardian rises from his throne. You want to draw your companion's
Heavy
attention
metal.
to it, but then you suddenly realize that you have a tankard of ale in your hand. You instinctively try it, and are happy to note that you haven't drunk such good ale since Ogre's death. The night becomes a colourful whirl of ale, music, dance, and ecstasy. You can no longer remember why you're here or who you're celebrating with. For a few hours you forget what was and what is to come. You are completely in the here and now. You wake up
Did I
the
mess
next
up?
morning. You're lying on your back and staring into a sky that is much too bright. You turn onto your side with difficulty and see your companions all around you, but no one else. The remains of a wild party, campfires, tents, and ale tankards are still there, but the magic has gone. You stand up, muttering curses, and try to suppress the taste in your mouth and the pain in your head. To your great surprise, you see that the stony figure of the blind guardian has revealed a tunnel that leads into the rock of the mountain.
Alright, so we didn't mess up at least.
If we go on now, we probably can't come back. The mechanism looks like it will close the pass behind us. We should be sure that we have done all we need to.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to go back. But I'm kind of worried now though. I mean, if we want to get back, we'll just go through the camp. I'm assuming looking at it, we're going to have to head back this way anyway. So maybe we might just save the camp for
While you rest
later.
under a ledge at noon, Rodario and Fergus decide to go ice fishing, and the dwarves immediately pronounce their opposition.
Ice and water are both treacherous. They entice you to them. Before you know it, you disappear into them forever.
Like in a marriage, you mean? At first the woman entices you, but if you stay in her arms like a good boy, the good life is over all too quickly.
The good life, in which you go behind the backs of other men, get beaten up and one day die painfully of a sexually transmitted disease?
All slander, my dear.
Rodario bares his teeth for a moment and then follows Fergus to the shore.
He reminds me of a billy goat we used to have. Mounted everything that got in its way. One day, he mounted a goat that was standing too close to a cliff. The two of them fell down the cliff in the best of spirits.
Okay.
Your path leads you over a snowy, hilly plain, and as you scale a particularly steep hill, you falter. A crevasse opens out in front of you. You look around, but there isn't any point nearby where you could cross over the gap.
Probably look for a way to bypass it. We don't want to be jumping down anything too
You follow the course
quickly.
of the crevasse. After an hour, the end of the crevasse is still not in sight. However, you do find a cave that slopes down softly parallel to the crevasse.
That's good.
You are afraid that you might get lost in the ice cave and freeze to death in misery.
We're gonna find a
But
level walks in here, aren't we?
your curiosity is rewarded. You find after an hour's search a winding passage that leads you to a large chamber.
Ooh.
You walk ahead with your torch outstretched and see a shadow in the ice. You step backwards in shock as you realize that it's the body of a frozen human.
Ah, not so good.
Something glittering in the floor grabs Goimgar's attention. An ornamented gold shield. Part of it is frozen into the ice, but it should be easy to free.
Pure gold! This thing must be worth quite a bit, though it would be completely useless in a fight.
You're
Wouldn't that
keeping
be
that
like
for yourself, I
Tomb Raider?
assume.
Your companion doesn't answer.
Take the shield, it ain't gonna be used for anything else.
You allow Goimgar to free the shield from its icy prison. After you've had a look around the rest of the chamber and taken a short break, you look for a way back up to the surface. You are able to continue on your way without any further delay.
What's the point in that then, other than getting the shield that we can't use?
You finally arrive at the entrance to a valley that curves its way towards Ironhald, the Firstling stronghold.
Alright, things are getting quite interesting now then.
By Vracus, we've done it!
I didn't see anything, holy crap.
Up there!
You're not dead, are you?
Run! I can't maintain the spell for long!
Put him on Goimgar's shield. To the gate. Quick!
Please say we didn't just lose a companion.
As you approach the first gate, you see guards on the battlements. You call as you run.
By Vracus, we are dwarves of the kingdoms of the secondlings and the fourthlings. Open the gate!
Their leader gives orders that you cannot hear, but moments later, the gate opens up for you.
Report back! Man the walls and the defences!
The guards follow the orders immediately.
Who are you that lead the Alpha to our door?
How dare you speak to us like that? Dwarf who seems to have no name?
Boindale steps forward before you can stop him.
I am Boindle Doubleblade, a child of the smith of Burrowen folk. And that is my brother Boindal, who needs a healer immediately.
The commander pulls down his scarf, and his face leaves you speechless.
Only a dwarf could make such a fuss. Ballandar Steelfinger. I protect the main gate of the Firstlings, therefore it is my duty to regard all guests precisely before I invite them in.
But you are a woman.
You have a keen eye, Boindle Doubleblade.
The tender features and soft fluff leave no room for doubt. A female dwarf is the commander of the guard. She gives orders for the injured Boindal to be taken care of. 4 dwarves pick him up on his shield, and Boindale follows them.
Stay with your brother. I will bring the rest of you to Queen Zamtis, where you can explain what you're doing here.
Quite a nice looking kingdom at the minute. Can we talk? Things are a bit awkward at the minute.
Come closer, and be welcome to the kingdom of the firstlings.
I am Tungdil Goldhand of the Fourthling Kingdom.
You introduce your companions one by one, not forgetting to mention the twins and the Mager too. You then explain the reason for your visit. You report on the advance of the Perish Land, the death of the Magi, and the dispute about the next High King. The dark brown eyes of the Queen fix on you for a moment before she speaks.
What you report sounds very serious, Tungdil. You can be sure of the support of the firstlings. How may we assist you?
We need a king fight more than anything else.
There is only one way to defeat Nodon. Keenfire. To forge it, we need the best smith your kingdom has to offer. Help us, and thus help your kingdom, my queen.
The Queen considers, then nods.
So be it. Could there ever be a better time to revive the old commonality of the kingdoms? Balandis here is not only my best warrior, she is also my best smith. She will accompany you.
No, so you might not have our companion back.
And you notice the blood rushing to your cheeks.
I will do my best. You can trust in my axe and my hammer.
We must continue on our journey to the Fifthlings in the Grey Range.
Then I will show you the entrance to the tunnels. You will be in the Perish Land within a few orbits.
You know the tunnels, but still the firstlings live in seclusion.
Our isolation was self-imposed. My mother knew that the other kingdoms would not simply accept her as the queen. She wanted to give them time to get used to it.
Your Highness, in the name of the Council of the Kingdoms, I request that you send a delegation to the Blue Range to take part in the discussions. We all have a common enemy.
There has never been any enmity between my kingdom and the others. It was more neglected friendship and habit that has made us strangers to one another. As soon as you set off for the Grey Range, we will head east to see our brothers and sisters again. I will have rooms prepared for you and your companions so that you can rest. It has been some time since we have had guests, but we still know what hospitality means. Come to me when you are ready to depart.
Sweet, just hopefully our companion's okay, because it looks like we're not getting him back for a while. Let's come and talk to you.
Hello.
What is it, Tungdil?
It would seem that a lot of important positions are occupied by female dwarves in the Firstling Kingdom.
Is it not common where you come from that men and women share the duties?
Of course. Among the humans and the secondlings, the women help out in the house so that the men have time for their duties. That's how it is written in the books, too.
Here, posts are assigned according to the skills of the applicant, not gender. It's only natural that the most important posts are occupied by women.
She winks at you and gives you a knowing glance, although the whole thing still befuddles you.
What is it like living with the Firstlings? I haven't seen much yet, but many things seem to be different to life with the Secondlings in Ogre's Death.
I can't make any real comparisons either. I grew up here and have never left our kingdom. I can hardly wait to see the halls of the Fifthlings. They were the best smiths before we took on the mantle.
Don't expect too much. Their halls have been in the hands of the enemy for over 1,000 cycles.
I read that the orcs avoid the stronghold, as if there were a curse on it.
Even reading doesn't seem to be frowned upon among the Firstlings. You feel at home here. But that isn't only down to the books.
See you later.
Right, because there's females here as well. Alright, Where's our room though? Where do we go? Look at the abyss. Why not? Oh, talking to someone else.
Ah, Tungdil. I was wondering when you would pay me a visit.
I thank you, and Jeroen. You appeared at the right moment. May I, ask why?
It was down to you. Your speech about the responsibility I owe to my realm. Lot Yonan was a good teacher. Her face darkens when she thinks of her old companion. There are 100 reasons that Nodon deserves to die. That is why I went back to the Secondlings and took another look through the books. I discovered a passage that said Keenfire can only take its effect against evil when it is wielded by a foe of the Undergrounders.
A foe of the Undergrounders? It's going to be difficult to persuade Nork to help us.
I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I think I might have an answer to the problem. The Alpha are also your foes, aren't they?
What the?
Half human, half elf. My mother bequeathed me her gifts and her weapons. I got very little from my father, but his eyes are an advantage.
We should keep your parentage secret, especially from Geralda.
I'm in no doubt that the Alpha did terrible things to her. And I'm not keen on letting her kill me.
If what Nomura told me earlier is true, this Geralda could be just as great a danger as Nodon. She could take control of generals or kings, maybe even me. You are aware of the danger, but you don't have the energy to think about it right now. You push the problem aside.
Then that's agreed. We will keep Nomura's secret to ourselves.
Well, that just took a U-turn, so yeah, she actually is Alpha.
And you're sure that only a foe of the Undergrounders can use Keenfire?
Anyone can use it like a normal axe, but only a foe of the Undergrounders can command its magical powers. I don't know much about her, but a half-elf should pass as a foe of all dwarves.
Alright then. You will wield Keenfire in the battle against
I don't trust her. I think she's going to betray us.
But we're going to have to make it first.
You said it.
The actress takes her leave with a little nod.
You better not betray me.
How are things with Jeroen? Could you help him?
He's doing well. He should be back to full strength after some rest. You still don't know what kind of being is hidden under the armor, but the Mager's powers seem to have done a good job. The Firstlings have offered to improve his armor.
He seems in a lot of pain
and when
still.
one of the best smiths in Girdlegard offers something like that, you should definitely take them up on it.
How are you and your powers? You look a little exhausted.
I won't lie to you. It has already been too long since I was in a place where I can draw new strength. My power is trickling away like water from a leaky pipe.
Is that perhaps a way to weaken Nodon?
No, I wouldn't count on that. Even if we could keep him away from the magical realms, the being that lives within him has given him unknown powers.
How was Synthras able to overcome your shield? Can Alpha use magic?
No, certainly not. I don't know much about their people, but I think they have innate powers. Conjuring darkness, extinguishing fire, changing dreams. Little things that fill humans with fear and ensure the potency of terrifying legends about their people. Syntherast used a trick, not a spell. We killed 2 Alpha near Sovereignstone. They had crystals on them which they had received from Nodon to protect them from the spells of the Magi. He must have used a stone like that.
Take some rest. And I hope you'll still be here at dawn.
The Mager gives you a reproachful look. Don't worry. We'll stand by you until this expedition has reached its destination. It feels good having the Mager and her companion at your side again.
Sweet, so possibly gained a new companion, but how many can we possibly get?
The second dwarf stronghold you have ever seen also impresses you greatly. The Firstling stronghold is very different to Ogre's Death, but you'd rather not say which you prefer.
I prefer this one. Looks quite decent compared to the last one. But where is my other companions? 'Cause I want to check on our injured party member. What's in here? Not a thing, 'cause I can't get into it. Now it seems like it's pretty much a straightforward path then. I can't really go anywhere else. Into the sick room, here we go. That's not a good sign.
Tungdil.
How is he?
He's lost a hell of a lot of blood.
The crazy glint in Boindale's eyes has given way to serious concern.
I'm doing fine. You must rest, brother. Stay on your back so the wounds can heal. Fortunately, he hasn't lost his pig-headedness. As long as he has that, he'll come through.
Boindale forces a grin, but you can imagine what he's really thinking and feeling.
I thought Antakai was going to look after him. Didn't her magic help?
We don't want her help. Magic is no use. And we certainly don't want anything to do with Somerset.
You know there is no point arguing with the twins about magic. There is too much of a fine line between conviction and stubbornness. Boindale would rather die than be healed by the Maga.
Damn.
We'll have to go on without him. He won't manage more than 100 paces without dropping down dead the state he's in.
No! I'll manage, Scholar. Just give me 2 orbits, then I'll be fine. It's just a scratch.
Boindale tries to stand up, but he doesn't have the strength. You shake your head.
Stay here and recover, Boindale. We'll meet you again in time for the big battle against Nod-On. You have done your bit.
But where one of us is, the other is too. It is the greatest deed that has ever been carried out by our people. Oh. It would seem you are right, Scholar.
We'll be separated for the first time in our lives. I will miss you by my side in battle. The first 100 runts will be for you.
You will have to protect him and the others on your own now, brother. Don't take on too much, and rein in your frenzy. You must control your anger better than you usually do. Promise me.
I promise.
Tears run down the bearded cheeks of the two twins. They have never had to part like this before.
Oh damn, seems like we have lost our companion, but luckily for us, he's not actually dead. So I suppose we can draw a silver line there. But now that we've talked to all of our companions pretty much, no we ain't, we've got a few more people. But no, now where the hell is my room? How do I progress the story? I'm so lost. Okay, can't talk to you guys. Can I get in here? Nope. What happened to you? Why is everyone bleeding? Can I enter the throne room again?
I've gathered all of the metal we need for Keenfire. I'm ready to depart.
Ah, okay, that's what we
You nod
do.
and then look her solemnly in the eyes.
Once we set off, stay in the background, keep out of fights, and avoid all danger.
The female dwarf's expression darkens.
Shall we engage in a trial fight, Mr. Dwarf?
No, Bifracus. I know that female dwarves can fight. It's because of the axe. You're the only one who can forge it. If something happens to you, we won't be able to stop Nod-On.
The face of the smith relaxes, and then a smile appears on her lips.
I can look after myself.
Quick save there.
Greetings, Queen Zamtis.
The queen bows her head slightly, prompting you to speak.
Please excuse me for asking, Your Highness, but how is it that a queen is sitting on the firstling throne?
The queen smiles. She has clearly been expecting the question.
It began with an argument. My father valued my mother's advice, but disputed her ability to lead the kingdom. This frustrated her, and she demanded the chance to prove the contrary. In the end, they agreed that my mother would govern the firstlings for 14 orbits. During this time, there was an attack by trolls, and my mother put them to flight with cunning and bravery. When my father demanded the throne again, she defied him, and the clans followed her. The other kingdoms were appalled and refused to receive my mother, but our kingdom saw that she was a good queen. And when she died 230 cycles ago, the people demanded that I should follow her onto the throne.
Is everything ready for our journey to the Kingdom of the Fifthlings?
We have provided wagons for you and your companions. Are your preparations complete?
Pretty much. But I'm gonna do it here for now.
I just need to take care of one more thing. Your Highness, with your permission, I will take my leave to prepare for the journey.
Of course. Let me know when you are ready.
Alright guys, as you can probably see, going to be ending this episode here, and that way in the next episode we're going to be continuing our journey into the Fifthling Kingdom. That being said, if you want to see more, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, take care, thank you all so much for watching.